Hi everybody, this is the founder again, bringing you the second in a series of tutorial videos introducing you to Unchained Fantasy. Today's video focuses on the most important part of the game, building your team. For those of you who have participated in fantasy sports before, this will be relatively familiar to you. If you're new to fantasy sports though, it can be a little intimidating. Essentially, your team will be doing all the fighting for you in the game. Each week you'll send your team out into the region you want to clear and battle the monster that resides there. Your team will be made up of real-life athletes who will be represented in the game by mutants. The better the athlete performs, the better the mutant fights. To build your team, you have 500 dark energy to spend. Each player has a certain cost in dark energy assigned to them based on a number of factors: how they performed in 2013, how they were expected to perform in 2014, and how they were ranked by various fantasy sports magazines. Picking your team is a little like making a team for dodgeball in school. You pick the best guys first and then work your way down to fill out the team. The difference here, though, is that these good players will cost more than the average players, so you have to be smart about who you choose. When you first log into Unchained Fantasy, it should take you to the team creation page, but if it doesn't, you can just click on the team button in the navigation on the left. On the top of the page, you have to create your team name. Team names have to be unique in the game, so you'll want to be creative when choosing yours. I'm going to call my team the Alpha Betas. Once you've chosen your team name, you can start building your team. On the right is a list of all players, 250 of them in all. There are 3 sortable columns of information: their cost, or value, the position they play, and their name. There are a few important things to remember as you pick your team. The first is that you must have 10 players. You'll notice a little warning at the bottom of alerting you of this, and you cannot compete without having those 10 players. Second, you should try to balance out your quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. Each position takes and does damage in a slightly different way. Quarterbacks do the most damage, but also have the high potential to take the most damage. Wide receivers, on the other hand, do the least damage, but are the most resilient. Running backs fall somewhere in between. Finally, don't spend all your money on superstars just to have to fill out the rest of the team from the bottom of the barrel. It's better to take 1 or 2 great guys and then pick the middle to be the rest. So here I'm going to pick Jamal Charles and Peyton Manning, but you'll see that I only have 295 dark energy left to fill out 8 places. So that's going to bring me down more towards the middle and really down into the 30s. So I'm losing a lot by picking these 2 superstars. As you build your team, you'll notice that the counter for how much dark energy you have left will go down. Keep an eye on this because even the cheapest players still require 15 dark energy. That's the basic steps for creating a team. Advanced players will want to do more research when choosing the players, but to just enjoy the game, you'll do fine by just getting as close to spending all 500 energy as you can. But no matter what, make sure you tick the team you want, because after all the games start, you can't change your players without spending some dark matter to unlock them. That's all for this video. In the next video, we'll talk about picking your active players. Until then, I look forward to seeing you in the game.